Empires rise and fall, and through the ancient sands of time, countless civilizations of this fair planet have risen out of nothing, pulled up by the sheer grit and determination of progress and conquest, be it through military might, the schemes of espionage, or the passion of ingenuity, paving the way towards some of history's most momentous occasions. But some of those civilizations have disappeared in a puff of smoke, leaving behind mere fragments of their former empires for us to only ponder who they were as a people. As the saying goes, those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it, and thankfully for us, we have countless ages and instances to peer at through the mystical lens of time. So, without further delay, let's take a look, shall we? Hello horror fans, what's going on? And once again, welcome back to the Scariest channel on YouTube, Top 5 Scary Videos. As per usual, I'll be your horror host Jack Finch, as today we curiously take a look at the top 5 most mysterious ancient civilizations in history. Roll the clip. For the curious amongst you, that clip was from Indiana Jones' Raiders of the Lost Ark. Of course it is, because this is a top 5 scary list about mysterious ancient civilizations, and I definitely won't be diving in deep without at least a hypothetical whip and a hat. But fear not, because we're heading down much further into the sands of time than just ancient Egypt, because today we're talking Neolithic skull cults. My favourite subject, in fact. Kicking off at number 5, the Sea Peoples. And these guys are such a historical enigma that for centuries historians have only been able to speculate on their mysterious origins, given the fact that the only documented mention of them was way back when, during the late Bronze Age collapse that occurred between 1200 and 900 BCE. In one of the most famous chapters of late Egyptian history, in what became known as the Battle of the Delta, a conflict occurred between the ancient Egyptians and an unknown confederacy of people referred to only as being from northern countries, but were noted to have stark similarities in their hairstyles, accessories, and military uniform. What we do know is that whoever these Sea Peoples were, although few in number, they somehow managed to put up a pretty good fight against the almighty Egyptians, which isn't exactly an easy task, given the fact that even during the late Bronze Age collapse, the ancient Egyptians were still the predominant force in the Delta region. As one particular ancient inscription reads, they came from the sea in their warships, and none could stand against them. Now, only theories offer an explanation to the origins of the Sea Peoples, but it's murky given the fact that the only mention of them denotes them being a maritime civilization. One leading theory states that they could be a forgotten Mediterranean military society, perhaps from Sardinia, Sicily, or ancient Anatolia. Others state that they could be a society of freed slaves turned maritime mercenaries living a nomadic life on the ocean. Either explanation is pretty damn intriguing, and the fact that they gave the ancient Egyptians a run for their money is even more awesome. Swinging in at number 4, the Land of Punt. Now, have you ever heard of the ancient kingdom of Punt? No? Well, did you also know that ancient Egyptian inscriptions regularly refer to the birthplace of the pharaohs as Punt, or in cases of ceremony as Tat-Netjer, the land of the god? And guess what? Turns out that there's some pretty startling evidence that it was most definitely a very real place, and there are even recorded instances of the late dynasty pharaohs sending expeditions to trade gold, ebony, and ivory with the mysterious ancient kingdom. Now, although there is indeed a region of Somalia that is called Puntland, it is only named in reference to the ancient land of Punt, and the exact location of this ancient kingdom is still debated by historians to this day. Evidence suggests that the kingdom of Punt was most likely situated to the southeast of Egypt, with scholars pointing toward modern Djibouti, Somalia, northeast Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Sudan as possible locations. Insanely enough, it is also possible that the land of Punt spread from across both the Horn of Africa and southern Arabia, indicating an absolutely massive ancient civilization that has seemingly been lost to the sands of time. The implications of the Land of Punt are absolutely astonishing, as if it does indeed fit with Egyptian mythology, then the entire culture of the ancient Egyptians could be owed to this mysterious civilization. That's awesome, right? Next up at number 3, the Norte Chico civilization. Alright guys, hold on to your hats, because what if I told you that there was an advanced, complex civilization flourishing in the Americas over 5,000 years ago, and maybe even over 9,000 years ago in its primitive form? And no, not the Olmecs or the Inca, because I'm talking at the least over 2 millennia before those guys even showed up. In the mountainous regions of Peru, it was long considered that the oldest ancient society was the Shavin culture, who existed around 900 BC. But then startling evidence of these guys showed up, the Norte Chico civilization, and everything got a little bit more interesting. The general consensus by historians is that the Norte Chico civilization constructed massive, large-scale human settlements starting around 3500 BC that lasted until a rapid period of decline around 1800 500 BC. And these guys weren't just surviving in the area, they were flourishing, showing startling evidence of highly organized social infrastructure, textile technology, the worship of primitive god symbols, and even utilitarian politics. The craziest speculation around the reason for the Norte Chico civilization's success even puts into question everything we think we know about ancient society. For the most part, we contribute the rise of any primitive civilization to agriculture, promoting a need to build settlements and social structure. But the Norte Chico civilization shows evidence of being a coastal, maritime, urban center, harvesting the ocean and rivers of Peru to fuel their civilization instead of relying on crops. There's one thing for certain. We need to know more. Next up at number 2, the Napta Playa. Now, I know I told you to hold onto your hats previously, but seriously, this time, really hold onto your hats. Because what if I told you that there is startling evidence of an ancient society that existed in the Nubian desert dating back to perhaps the 10th millennium BCE, if not definitely the 8th millennium. Now, although the Nubian desert is a dry, arid landscape now, since the last glaciation period, we know that it was a region of savanna that received heavy, consistent rainfall, and because of that, it supported numerous animals and plant life. And of course, then the humans came. By the 8th millennium BCE, evidence of massive organized settlements had been found in the Napta Playa region, depicting a highly advanced society. It seems that the people of the Napta Playa designed their villages in pre-planned arrangements built in a circular fashion around deep communal wells that held water throughout the year. The most insane implication of the Napta Playa civilization, though, is that archaeologists have discovered the remnants of the world's earliest known archaeoastronomical devices. They weren't just hunting and gathering at the time, they were building monuments to the stars, figuring out in great detail the alignments of the planet and our solar system. Now, this is where things get a little bit patchy, because we can trace the alignment of these devices to the rotational position of our given galaxy now. And in relation to the Orion constellation, some researchers believe that these devices were actually designed in the year 17,500 BCE. I'll say no more because my head is about to explode. And finally, at our number 1 spot, Gobekli Tepe. Now listen, I could talk to you guys about Gobekli Tepe all day, and although we've already covered it briefly in our Ancient Mysteries series, we really need to get into the meat and bones of the one archaeological enigma that could perhaps change every single thing we think we know about ancient human history and even our origin as a species. Gobekli Tepe, which is Turkish for Potbelly Hill, is an ancient site in southeastern Anatolia of modern-day Turkey, and the earliest radiocarbon evidence of its stonework dates back to 11,000 BCE, if not earlier. It is believed to be a temple to what, no one is entirely sure, and I'll leave the speculation behind because the facts are incredible enough in themselves. Seriously guys, head down the rabbit hole that is Gobekli Tepe because we have much more to learn about our ancient ancestors. As it seems, Gobekli Tepe is evidence of a highly advanced ancient civilization that flourished in ancient Anatolia in a time when history believes humanity to simply be primitive hunter-gatherers. Well, as it turns out, there's another site that flips that assumption on its head, 600 kilometers away at the ancient city of Çatalhöyük, an ancient city that flourished around 7000 BC, which ties itself to the mysterious Anatolian civilization. The city itself is evidence of a highly organized society that constructed advanced communal homesteads with cooking hearths and ovens. There is even evidence of proto-irrigation and sewage systems millennia before historians consider this technology to be available to ancient societies. Honestly guys, I could go on for days about the implications of these two ancient sites, but it seems that there is a huge gap somewhere in our ancient origins. I guess we'll just have to keep digging, right? Well, there we have it, horror fans, our list for the top 5 most mysterious ancient civilizations in history. What do you guys think? Any ancient insights into the origin of our species? Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Before we depart, let's read out some comments from the past few days. First up, Cameron Morgan says, "This channel is like Halloween every day. It's the best." Hey, damn straight it is, Cameron Morgan. But if this is Halloween Town, does that make me Jack Skellington? Well, that's an utterly terrifying notion, isn't it? On that note, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for in today's video. Cheers for sticking around all the way until the end. If you were a fan of this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button as well as that subscribe bell, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. As per usual, I've been your horror host, Jack Finch. You've been watching Top 5 Scary Videos. And until next time, you take it easy.